Hello fellow YouTubers, it's me Tom Versal here and welcome back to the Music Corner. Today I'm going to be doing another album review, and this is Metallica's second album, Ride the Lightning. Now, Ride the Lightning, as I said, is Metallica's second album, and to me this is their best album ever. This is my favourite Metallica album, and to me there's no bad songs on here, and yeah, let's just get into it anyway. So, talk about the cover art. As you can see, the cover art, sorry about the phone looking back at it, but the cover art is amazing. It is just very blue. Clouds, black clouds, blue fog, lightning coming down from this now 3D Metallica logo. If you remember, Kill 'Em All's just a 2D flat image, but now it's like 3D. And the album Ride the Lightning at the bottom, and that is an electric chair. Basically Ride the Lightning is about in an electric chair. I'll get into that when I talk about the songs, but yeah, really good cover art. And at the back it's just got the band members and basically the same sort of cover but for the band members, and the track listing. This album came out in 1984, and a lot of people sort of glance past it. They think Kill 'Em All, great thrash metal record. Then they did Ride the Lightning, and then they did Master of Puppets, which is just a masterpiece, work of art. This album often gets glanced past, but I don't think it deserves to be. I think this is better than Master of Puppets to me, and better than Kill 'Em All. This one is the best to me. Anyway, the personnel on this got James Hetfield on rhythm guitar and vocals, Cliff Burton on bass, and Lars Ulrich on drums, and Kirk Hammett on lead guitar. Now, that is the same lineup that they would have for the first three albums, which is known as like the Burton trilogy, because Cliff Burton passed away, and then they got a new bass player. But still, those three albums are often credited as the best Metallica albums, and I don't disagree, really. But yeah. Without further ado, let's just do a track by track. The album opens up with an acoustic intro on the song Fight Fire with Fire. Like, it starts off really slow and acoustic and melodic, and then you hear this build-up of just electric guitars, and you get into the most brutal song of the early 80s, honestly, like, in my opinion anyway, because they're not heavy nowadays. Metallica, if you look back, this is not really too heavy, but this came out in 1984. This song, Fight Fire with Fire, the main riff to it would have just been so brutal and heavy and fast and stuff, and it still is fast, still is aggressive and punchy sounding. It is just a song with pure anger, pure aggression, and very thrashy. It's probably my least favourite song on the album because it's one of the more popular ones, so I've heard it so many times. And also, the main riff is nothing too killer for me. I prefer it when Metallica have like more complex riffs, but this riff sounds a bit more simple, and it is, I know, on guitar. But yeah, Fight Fire with Fire is just a great opener to the album. And then you go into Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning has Dave Mustaine writing credits on it for one of the riffs. I forgot which one it is. I think it's the da-da, 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 and he reused it in Wake Up Dead, but faster and better. But yeah, Ride the Lightning is just such a masterful song. It is the title track. It is about someone, a criminal, sitting in the electric chair, waiting to die, but they don't want to die, and they're gonna ride the lightning. It sounds like a cool name, but it's actually really dark, deep meaning. And yeah, overall, the melodies in this song, sorry about that. The melodies in this song and just the overall structure, this is definitely showing off Metallica's, their move into more structural songs. If you listen to Kill 'Em All, only like Phantom Lord and Four Horsemen have songs like this. But from this point on, they would do a lot of songs like this, where they have lots of riffs, lots of changes, and that's something Metallica do very well. And Ride the Lightning is just a perfect song, in my opinion. Anyway, For Whom the Bell Tolls next, and that is just a crazy good song. Cliff Burton's bass on this song really shows off. This is Cliff Burton's album, so in a way I'm dedicating this review to Ray Burton, who sadly passed away like a few weeks ago. I actually reviewed this album already the day Ray Burton died, just as commemoration for him, because Cliff Burton had a lot to do with this album. But my phone deleted it from memory, and that just demotivated me on reviewing this album again. But so that's why it's been put off for a while. But I'm doing it now. So rest in peace, Ray Burton. He was such a nice guy, I'm sure. At least he gets to see his sons now in heaven. But anyway, For Whom the Bell Tolls has a lot to do with Cliff Burton. He does the bass intro, and the bass on the whole song is just astonishingly good. Like, Cliff Burton really shows off his bass on this album. In Kill 'Em All, other than Anesthesia Pulling Teeth, he didn't really have any writing credits not to my knowledge. But on this album, he really shows off, and same with Master of Puppets, but this is Cliff's album. And For Whom the Bell Tolls, I don't think it has a solo, I might be wrong, but it's just a classic, incredible song. And then what closes side one is Fade to Black, possibly my favourite Metallica song of all time. It is clean, it is sort of acoustic. It's more just clean guitars, but it has an acoustic main riff. And it is just sad, but really good. It starts off sounding sad, but by the end, Kirk Hammett soloing. Jesus Christ, he's not like the most talented guitar player, but he has talent. He uses, like what Dave Mustaine said it as an insult, like he uses what talent he has effectively. Like, he has little talent, but he uses it well. And although that is sort of an insult, I do agree to an extent. Like, he has a lot of talent. Even if he's not like the most impressive guitar player, he has a lot of talent. He uses it effectively, and this song really shows it off with the ending solo, the final solo, which fades out to black, as this is the closer to side one. And I really recommend listening to Fade to Black. It shows off Metallica's strengths. No weaknesses on that song. It's just a full-on perfect song. And closes off just a full-on perfect side, actually. Side 1 is amazing. And side 2 is also amazing and perfect, but a lot of people don't like it as much. So we'll get into side 2. Side 2 is one that most people don't like out of this album. It's probably the reason a lot of people don't like the album and just sort of glance past it, because it opens with 4 insanely incredible songs, and then you got 4 okay songs to most people. I still think the next 4 songs are mind-blowing and just insanely good, and there's no filler on this album. It's just all perfect. But anyway, what opens side 2 is Trapped Under Ice. This was one of the first Metallica songs I ever heard. It's in Guitar Hero World Tour, Guitar Hero 4, whatever you want to call it. And it is stupidly fast. Like, it is stupid how fast this song is. And the solos, Kirk's solos on it are amazing. And the song as a whole, lyrically and conceptually, like, the concept of the song is just about someone being trapped under ice and not being able to get out. You never heard that. James Hetfield and Ulrich are like the Lennon and McCartney of the metal world. They just wrote classic after classic after classic, and they would always experiment, but Trapped Under Ice is a great thrash song. It is it sounds like it should be on Kill 'Em All with how fast it is. This album's a bit slower than Kill 'Em All, but it's a lot more melodic and has sort of a lot of reverb. But I don't mind that. A lot of people hate it, but I like it. But yeah, Trapped Under Ice, really good song. A lot of people say it's a throwaway track. I disagree. The next track is one that it's probably Metallica's like least favourite song they've ever done, which I don't get why. I know why, but it's a shit reason. Anyway, Escape. Escape is a great track. The reason they hate it is it's the shortest song on the album, because basically they finished the album with 7 songs, and the record label and were like, no, we need to add another song. It's not big enough, it need another song. So they were in the studio. James Hetfield, as always, they just rushed this pop metal song out called Escape and put it on the album. It is very poppy. It is very radio friendly. You could put it as a single and put it on the radio, and it'd do well in the metal community. But I think that is just a load of bollocks, because it is still as good as any other song on the album. It's catchy. It's really good. The guitar work on it is incredible. It's got a lot of sections to it at the ending where you hear police sirens getting louder and louder. It's creative. It's a good concept. I don't get why they refuse to play it. They refused to play it live until they played the whole album live, and that's the only time they've done it, I think. But it just pisses me off. The reason they hate it is because that it's so pop sounding. It sounds like a pop song, like a pop metal sort of song. And yeah, I agree, but it's just bullshit when you consider they did Black Album, Load and Reload, and still played all their songs. Black Album, Load and Reload are basically just pop metal albums, like radio-friendly albums. So why not Escape? It's just as radio-friendly as anything on Black Album, and they refuse to play it. It's weird. But anyway, moving into Creeping Death. Creeping Death is Kirk Hammett's sort of song. It was one of the first songs he wrote for the band, I think. And he wrote some of the riffs for it when he was like 16 and 15 or 16. And it is a great song. I think it's a single off the album, and it's just amazing. You've all heard it. If you're watching this album review and you don't listen to Metallica, then you probably haven't heard it. But if you're watching this album review just as a Metallica fan wanting to watch a review, then you've definitely heard Creeping Death. You've definitely heard the album, I bet. It is just stupidly fast as well, like Trapped Under Ice. It sounds like a brutaler version of Kill 'Em All, like a song of Kill 'Em All. The main riff is very simple. The vinyl keeps falling out, but it's very simple, and still it's amazing. The solo's great. The speed of it is just amazing, and perfect song. Creeping Death, and I think the meaning is about Hebrew slaves or pharaohs or something. I'm not sure, but it's just something like the meaning sounds like Greek, like ancient Greek or ancient Egyptian or something. Oh well. The album closes with an almost 9-minute long instrumental, The Call of Cthulhu. Now, why is it Cthulhu, not Cthulhu? Basically, James Hetfield couldn't really pronounce it Cthulhu. He always pronounced it Cthulhu, and like as if it's got a silent H. And it suits the song calling it Cthulhu. This is another song with a Dave Mustaine writing credit. He did the main riff to it. The sort of melodic picking one where he picks through the strings. And he reused this riff sort of in Hangar 18 and High Speed Dirt, I believe. And another one, but I forgot the name of. It's on one of the more recent albums. But anyway, yeah, it's just a mind-blowing song. It goes on for too long, in my opinion. That's my only issue with it. It's like almost 9 minutes, which I'm fine with having a 9-minute song. It's Metallica. Most of their songs are like 7 minutes long anyway. But a lot of it repeats. Sort of like Suicide and Redemption off Death Magnetic, where it just sort of repeats over and over. Hello, sorry, the postman just came, but yeah. The song goes on for quite a while, but other than that, the bass solos in the background of the song are just really good. Like, Cliff Burton is really thrashing at that bass. All the riffs on the song are so fucking amazing. And the solos themselves by Kirk Hammett are just beautiful. It is a great instrumental. Not as good as Orion on their next album, Master of Puppets, but it's probably their second best instrumental. Either that or To Live Is To Die, which again goes on for ages, but still, love this song, love the whole album, and yeah. Overall, this is just a perfect album, no bad songs on it, no filler. I know Metallica hate Escape, and I know a lot of other fans hate Trapped Under Ice. I don't care. This is the perfect album to me, perfect Metallica album. When I first heard it, I was fucking mind blown. And I still am every time I hear it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on the album in the comments below. Stay epic.